Thank you for tuning in to Rodney and Dr. Alicia TV. Today we're going to discuss a topic that Dr. A and I are constantly hearing in our counseling sessions, both with couples and individuals. Now, if you will refer to our previous video, the 16 questions to ask when you're dating, it will help you avoid the topic that we're going to discuss today. Because the one question that we're always hearing is, I never saw the signs of who my husband was or who my wife was or who my boyfriend or my girlfriend was. I didn't see the signs of who they really were. And Dr. A and I both believe that 100% of the time, the signs are always there, but we often choose not to see them. Is that right?
That's correct. The signs are always there. But I believe the number one reason people don't see the sign is because of the feeling of, I want to be loved. I need to be loved. I need that affection. I need that closeness. I need that relationship. And then maybe you have this feeling of loneliness. So, or your biological clock might be ticking a little bit. And you may say, whoa, let me just choose. You start to settle.
Right.
And just because you feel that you filled that void doesn't mean that that void is filled with the right things or the right person. And my advice is, don't fall into the trap of loneliness, because there's a difference between being lonely and alone.
Right.
That's a big difference.
Right.
And don't fall into the trap of just settling. And don't fall into the trap of, well, I see this sign, I don't like it. I see that sign, I don't like it. But I can deal with that, or I can change that. Be very sure that when you see these signs, that you can honestly live with that, if that's what in your desire is to do, is to have a relationship that will eventually turn into a marriage. Be sure that you can deal with those faults that you're saying that you see. Because ladies, the truth of the matter is that you can't change a man unless he is wearing a pamper. The number two reason that many people don't see the signs is because of early sexual intimacy in the relationship.
Yes.
When you start engaging in early sexual intimacy, your vision is cloggy, is foggy, is not clear, and you can't clearly investigate a person's characteristics. The only thing you can see is his or her charisma.
Yeah, you have those emotional blinders on.
Exactly. So if you can wait, which I really recommend that you do. I really don't recommend that you engage in any type of sexual relationship if you're not married. But if you are engaging in those sexual relationships, you will not be able to judge the person correctly.
Right.
Because all now you see is your fleshly wants and your fleshly desires, and you seeing that being fulfilled. So whatever happens. And then when you get sick and tired of the relationship, or you're in a relationship where those things that you ignored are coming and creeping into the relationship, you thinking that he's crazy, or you didn't see these signs and he's changed, when he's always been that person from the beginning.
Always been that person. That's
now,
right.
some red flags are if your boyfriend or girlfriend cannot discuss who he or she really is in front of you. If they cannot allow you to see who their family is or their friends are, those are red flags. If they can't introduce you to these people, they're trying to hide something.
Right. Right.
If you haven't seen the family, you may be dooming yourself. Because if the family is going through a certain discord, or there's a certain dysfunction in the family, or if there's certain demons or issues that are going on in the family that have been going on, you need to kind of know what those issues are. I'm not saying that person won't make a good husband or make a good wife, but you need to understand that those incidents and those issues can start interfering in the relationship, because a lot of what we learn is through our childhood, our upbringing. So you need to take a look into that.
Right.
You also need to meet the person's friends. You need to know who he or she associates with. What type of values, morals do these people have? Because this would tell you a lot about the person that you are involved in. Another question that I get is, how long should I date a person before I decide to say I do? And realistically, I would say between 5 to 6 years. Why? Because the person is going to send their representative the 2 to 3 years, I believe. So if you kind of waiting, there's no rush to get married,
Right.
because you don't want to get into a situation that you hate you got into. So take your time when you're investigating the relationship. And another thing is that people are always going to tell you what you want to hear. So you
That's
can't
right.
always take what a person says. You have to be a private eye. You have to be an investigator. You have to use your eyes. You have to use your ears. You have to kind of observe the things that he or she is doing, the people that they're hanging around with. And all of that will tell a story and put the pieces to the puzzle. So you kind of have to investigate that, because that's going to tell you what type of person that person is. Because remember, when you decide to marry a person, you're not marrying his or her charisma. You're marrying their characteristics.
Exactly. Exactly. So we want to close by saying, don't allow your loneliness
Mhm.
or your horniness to make you blind to the signs that are directly in front of you the entire time.
Amen.
Thank you for tuning in to Rodney and Dr. Alicia TV. If you've liked the information that you've heard here, please subscribe to our channel and share the information with a friend. If you have questions that you'd like for us to answer here, please send them to the link that you see displayed down below. God bless you and have a great day.